I get some closer shots from both poles. Okay, here's it. I can go home and sleep. I probably get a lot of calls tomorrow, I know.
Rolling?
Y'all rolling? About 11:17 p.m. tonight, we had several vehicles traveling eastbound on Flamingo. Officers were at the Maxim Hotel investigating a stolen vehicle when they heard several gunshots being fired down below. They saw a caravan of about 5 cars that were traveling eastbound, heard shots again, approximately 12 to 13 shots were fired. The officers saw the black BMW followed by a black BMW station wagon and 3 other cars make a U-turn on Flamingo near the Maxim Hotel. They made a U-turn, proceeded westbound, coming onto Las Vegas Boulevard where they were driving very erratically. They radioed that they heard the gunfire and saw these vehicles traveling in such an erratic fashion. Other officers who were working the strip area were able to get the vehicles stopped here. As you see, the black BMW was traveling on the rims on the right side. Once they got here, they found that the passenger in the black BMW had been shot 4 times, and the driver appeared to be hit with a fragment in the head area. At this time, the wounds are life-threatening but serious, not in critical condition at this time. And the person, as you are already aware, who was the passenger in this vehicle is a known rap performer by the name of Tupac Shakur. The driver, we haven't released his name yet. They've both been treated at University Medical Center, and we are looking for a suspect vehicle which was described as a white or off-white Cadillac, newer model Cadillac. That's all we have on it right now. We know that the suspect's described as 1, possibly 2 black males that was in that vehicle. Again, this is an unfortunate situation. We're lucky that no one else was hurt. There doesn't appear to be any other injuries to any other citizens. As you know, this is very busy with a lot of pedestrian traffic. Didn't appear that anyone was hit, so we're very fortunate for that. Just happened to have officers in the right spot at the right time. We're able to radio ahead, and we were fortunate to have this caravan of cars stop before any other incidents took place.
Did I hear correctly that the flight for light was running?
I was not told the flight for light was running. I will double check that. Yeah, I'll double check that for you.
Any ideas on the cause, why this all came about?
We haven't been able to get any reasons for this having taken place. I don't want to speculate. That is part of what we're doing. We're interviewing. Homicide detectives are very busy right now, as well as our general assignment detectives. It's been a lot of work done by patrol officers to cordon off this scene and cordon off the scene off Flamingo. So right now, as you'll see, a lot of things are taking place. We have our crime scene analyst who's gathering evidence. You see the bullet holes in the windshield and in the door of the car. And this, again, has been a very unfortunate night for this to occur on the Las Vegas Strip.
Any indication whether people in the black car were firing back?
We have no reports of any firearms being fired from either car. We haven't found any firearms in this car. The crime scene analyst has looked it over well, and we haven't found any. So right now it appears that the gunshots were fired from the suspect vehicle only, again, which is described as a white or light-colored newer Cadillac.
Caliber of weapon used, guess here?
Looking at the bullet holes, it doesn't appear to be a 22 or 25. It looks to be a little larger than that. I'll say that our homicide detectives, during their investigation, they're quite busy now. During their investigation, they'll be helping to determine that along with our crime scene analysts.
Number of cars also hit over near the Maxim?
Right now, at the Maxim, I'm not sure how many cars were hit that were in the parking lot, but I understand there was maybe 1 or 2 that were hit. Again, we're fortunate there that no one was hit as well, and we're going to try to get to the bottom of this real soon.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, you were saying before when you first walked up, it was like the wild, wild west down here. This is just crazy.
It's crazy for people to be so disrespectful of other people and to try to solve their problems on the streets of Las Vegas or the streets of anywhere else. It's not the way to solve any conflict anyway. And for this to just be such blatant disregard and so brazen, we're going to continue this investigation. Hopefully we'll come up with something that makes some sense of this unfortunate incident. I'll be right back. I'm going to find out about that.
When it happened, we didn't know if we heard gunshots, or we didn't really know exactly what we heard. We heard a lot of screaming, a lot of cars screeching. We were just hanging out, taking photos at the time. We ran up the street as cops were running past us, and by the time we got here, they were already taking, which now I found out was Tupac, into the helicopter away. He had been shot. Into the helicopter away. Into the helicopter away.
Belly, a born leader to millimeter, changing niggas' future like a schizophrenic palm reader.
Have been fake, like autopsy pictures, things like that. Well, I've got a couple of things here with me today.
Okay.
First of all, I've got a driver's license with a picture of Tupac on, and it says that he's actually 5'10".
Okay, there we go. 5'10". You got that Tupac Amaru Shakur. There's his address at 5'10". This is the California driver's license. Americans spell it differently, but we'll forgive them that.
And on the coroner's report, it says that he's 72 inches, which is 2 inches taller than he should have been. And this was only a few months after he actually got his driver's license. So, you know,
a few months later.
Yeah.
I mean, no one ever lies they're shorter, do they?
No, exactly.
People tend to lie the other way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's stupid, really.
And the coroner's not going to say, oh, let's make him a bit taller.
Yeah. I mean, why would they do something like that?
Why would they do something?
The major thing, Johnny, was the weight on the driver's licence. It said 168 pounds.
Yeah.
But if you look on the coroner's report, it says 225 pounds.
Which is, no, that's big weight. That's 5 pounds heavier than Superman.
Yeah, that is, isn't it? Kryptonite. Wow. So, you know, that's basically the main point. I mean, you know, why would they do all this?
There's also confusion over the facts of his death on the actual night, isn't there? Just talk to me about that, like how quickly they disposed. Well, they didn't. They buried the body and went through all that. The cremation.
Well, they cremated him the day after with no autopsy, or so-called no autopsy.
Which is very strange in a murder case.
Well, it is, because it's illegal. Yeah. So, you know, why would they do something like that? His parents said they were going to have a funeral, but they cancelled it twice. So, you know,
which brings us neatly on to your 7-day theory. What's the 7-day theory?
The 7-day theory. There was actually an album he brought out, which is the Don Killuminati.
Yeah. Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
Which he changed his name to.
He changed his name to Machiavelli, and it was after a guy called Niccolo Machiavelli. He was a guy who was an Italian political speaker.
Who wrote the Prince, where we get the expression Old Nick.
Exactly. And Tupac read his books when he was in prison, and thought that, oh, right, this guy's, you know, a bit of a dodgy geezer, you know, gets around a bit.
Well, you might have thought that.
Yeah, exactly. And it says, Niccolo Machiavelli believed that faking one's death was good enough to get over one over on your enemies. So, you know, he thought everything.
Well, you fake your death and disappear for a while, then you can see your true enemies and friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is part of the Prince. Yeah.
And if you actually take out the K in Machiavelli, because that's why Tupac made it shorter, it actually spells "I am alive."
Oh.
So you know, it's pretty weird. But the 7-day theory thing, he was shot on September the 7th.
Yeah, he's in hospital for 7 days before he died.
Until September the 13th. It was actually 7 months after he brought out his album All Eyes on Me, which was his biggest selling album. Right. And I want to know is, you know, is he going to come back in 7 years straight after it? Right.
Also, his time of death was 4:03. 4 and 3 add up to 7. But that's a little bit trivial. But there is a great thing I know we've got with something you have about the theory about the sneakers he's wearing.
Yeah, there is a big thing about the sneakers. In one of his videos, it was brought out about 4 or 5 months after he was killed, you know, and they should have brought it out, you know, straight away. You know, anything he touched would have turned to gold dust. Yeah. But one of the cameramen is actually wearing a pair of trainers that wasn't actually out before he died. They came out afterwards. Whoa. So
let's have a look at this. I think we've got the footage. And just talk us through this, please, Ill Will.
Well, you can check it out. I mean, obviously, the start of the video and everything.
OK, here's the start of the video. That's just a guy rocking.
That's Tupac, that is.
That's Tupac. Are those the sneakers there? No.
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 It'll freeze the point.
OK.
Look at that, right there.
Okay, is Tupac in this shot?
He's not actually in that shot.
Because that could have been added later.
They could have added it in later, but it was 5 months after. You know, why would they do something like that? I mean, as I said, anything he touched would have turned to gold dust. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
So you're saying those sneakers weren't actually out at the time?
No, they weren't. So.
Because you know your sneakers.
Yeah, I know my sneakers.
Okay, okay. What do you think? If he is alive, what's he doing now? Just kind of sunning it with Jim Morrison?
Well, he could have been, or Elvis, you know. One of your biggest.
Well, the King serves him a burger.
Yeah, he could do, serve him up. But, no, I think that his auntie, Assata Shakur, was a member of the Black Panther Party back in the 60s, and she went on the run to Cuba, and I think he's gone there, and he's, you know, living out there with her.
Hold up in Cuba?
And he's going to come back, I think, in the year 2003, 7 years after. You know, and come back on his enemies, because it's like Puff Daddy and Jay-Z are all getting in trouble at the moment. Maybe
because there was that big difference between Death Row and the other lot.
Bad Boy, yeah, they all had a complete big fallout, you know, and Notorious
B.I.G. died, and there was,
and, you know, they thought that maybe Suge Knight is...
Undercurrent of violence, anyway.
Yeah,
and he probably wanted to get away from that, because I don't think he was from that background originally anyway. I think that was something he added on later in his life, but I don't know that for sure. OK, do you know what? There's the evidence. There's some key points there, which I'm sure Barry, 20 years in the Met, Shoreham would have picked up on. Barry, you've heard everything Ill Will has to say. What do you think?
I think he's got... there's an awful lot of evidence to suggest what he's saying could well be true. There are some things that I would doubt, and one is the fact that he goes to a hospital. You then start to involve so many people in a conspiracy that that would shed the biggest light. The second thing would be that there is a body. It might not be his body, but there is a body.
Yes, cremated. There isn't any more a body, is there?
No.
It's supposedly cremated, and they cremated it the day after he died, which is his point, without even a coroner's report taking place, which you'll know, Barry, is strange procedure, and they're even tighter about it in the States.
Very strange, and they're even tighter in the States than they are here.
Yeah.
And I would say that what... Well, they are.
Yeah, it's weird. I think...
But,
someone made that point earlier.
I would say that with the evidence that Will's put forward, I would certainly look a lot deeper.
Have you ever dealt with a case like this, Barry, in your 20 years in the Met?
Not a conspiracy to murder, but or to disappear, but...
Murder, you say? Murder is a very serious business. OK, Barry, thank you very much indeed. No one suggested murder, Barry. You've brought something new in. Perhaps Ill Will could chew on that. Barry thinks it's murder.
Murder?
Man shot in car. Conclusion? Murder. Do you know what? Ill Will, thank you very much for coming down.
Last thing he said to me prior to leaving was, he's not going to be in Vegas, I don't have to worry about him showing up, and don't worry about it because he won't be there. He did not want to go to Vegas. Matter of fact, he fought off going to Vegas all the way to the last second, and when I got there, I was surprised to see him there, because he had told us that he was not going there with, his words, them sellout niggas.
I was told by another one of our security guards, that was a bodyguard, that he had escorted Pac to the airplane as they were leaving New York, and Tupac told him, specifically told him, that he was a dead man walking.
Who's afraid of the punk police? Niggas run the streets, no justice, no peace.